All right, what's going on, brothers? Hopefully everything's going good. Hopefully everything's going well for you guys. All right. Now, brothers, I'm gonna get right into this, man, because I want to make this short, but I want to drive home a point here. Okay, so if I have your attention, without further ado, let's get right into it. This is the article about Mad Sam DiStefano. He was a Chicago mobster, loan sharker. His heyday was the 40s and 50s. I believe he was killed in the 60s, if I'm not mistaken. But anyway, so this takes place around in that time. This takes place, of yesteryear. Let's check this out. Okay, one evening, a black man was walking home from work on a Chicago street when a man he never seen before, pulled up alongside of him, leaped out of his car, gun in hand, and ordered the black man into the car. The crazed man then drove to a small mansion in suburban Chicago where a woman in her 40s was waiting. Then the man with the gun forced the woman to perform oral sex on the bewildered black man as he watched. When it was over, the black man ran from the house, terrified that he would be accused of rape. He sprinted to the nearest police station and told the detectives what had happened. The police investigated and found out that Mad Sam DiStefano was the crazed man with the gun, and the woman whom he forced to perform the sex act was his wife. She had said something or done something, real or imagined, to upset him, so Mad Sam taught her a lesson. I'm not buying that last part. I believe Mad Sam DiStefano was had a sex a fetish. You know, a lot of people have what I guess you probably could say this black man fetish. Messing with their wife. I guess they call them cuckolds. But anyway, that probably happened around in the 40s and 50s. I mean, around that time, maybe early 60s. All right, now we're gonna go to the another part. All right, this is by Iceberg Slim, Robert Beck, in this book Pimp. Now this is the early 30s because he was still a kid. I mean, he's still a teenager. I think he's like 15 and 16 years old when he met Party Time, who was a good friend of his. All right, so basically, a white couple, a man and a woman, comes up to Party Time, and they're gonna pay the husband is gonna pay Party Time to have sex with his wife or girlfriend, whatever the case may be. All right, I'm gonna just read the highlighted parts, and I'm gonna set the scene. And Iceberg Slim is looking through a window. He's watching this take place. So let's check this out. He was ugly enough to break daylight with his fist, but for some curious reason, he was irresistible to many of the thrill-seeking white women who sneaked into the black side of town panting as they chased after the hoary myth, nigger men do it so good it thrills you to your toenails. All right? So this is like in the 30s. They was doing that in the 30s. Matter of fact, I also read some article. I think it might have been an Iceberg Slim book too. I read where white women would come in groups to have sex with black men, have orgies and things like that on the black side of town, at that time period. All right, which is nothing new, as they say. Let's go to the next part. All right, the white joker was tenderly hefting Party Time's weapon in his hand like maybe it was Ming Dynasty pottery. He said excitedly to the broad, "Oh, Henry, can you believe the size, the beauty of it?" Basically, he got Party Time, a black man, cock in his hand or penis in his hand. You understand what I'm saying? The black man fetish, right? So here we go. Then, to my amazed ears, the white man said a strange thing as he pulled a chair to the end of the bed and sat on the very edge of it. He was breathing hard when he said, "All right, now, boy, stab it into her, hurt her, punish her, crucify her, good boy, good boy." All right. Now, let's go to the next part. Finally, when the show was over and they started to dress, I went to the front and sat on a stoop next door to the joint. I wanted to get a close-up of the freaks. When they got to the sidewalk in their street clothes, they were disappointingly normal. Just a clean-cut white couple having a parting chat with a grinning black Negro. Who that picture in the mind of today? Now, this is like in the 30s, right? You see where I'm going with this? This is Adam 22 and his wife. Sounds very similar. Now, of course, he didn't pull a gun like Mad Sam DiStefano. You understand what I'm saying? But, these were things that they was doing back then, brothers, and they still do them today. They still do them today. Only difference with this guy here is that he's what you would call a public figure. He's just a public figure, and he put it out. He put his business out for everybody to see it. You know, he put it on blast. You understand what I'm saying? So, and also party time was paid. They paid party time at that time. I think it was $20, which was equivalent to $438 today. That's what they was paying party time to lay girls. And party time was doing this. That was one of his hustles. Sleeping with those white women, and the men would pay them to do it. You understand what I'm saying? I guess you can call them gigolos, whatever you want to call them. So it's some type of black man fetish. To put it simple. Malcolm X, not quite the same, but they had white women. You understand what I'm saying? You understand what I'm saying? Not quite the same, but But anyway, let's go on to the next part.
Like, hey Jason, my wife's a big fan. She wants to shoot a movie with you. What are your movie filming rates? I'm like, yeah, it's 4K. He's like, okay, that's fine. We'll give you 10. I'm like, all right, cool. So I go there and I shoot the film with the woman. I dropped some severe glizzy destruction on her. And the husband is recording this, right? I'm like, this is weird as shit. I'm like, some people, I never understood it, right? Nonetheless, so I dropped the glizzy on the woman or whatever. So she dropping the go 3,000 and she's saying, hey, little man, you like that? He was like, yes, ma'am.
Now, what that sound like? Don't that sound like what he was saying to party time? You understand? Except the woman is doing the talking. Sounds very similar, man. It's nothing new under the sun, brothers. These type of things have been going on since ancient times, man. What humans, especially with the human beings, their desires, things that they'll do, they've been doing these type of things, man. A lot of this stuff is just, from my vantage point, more widespread. It's coming more into your face as opposed to behind closed doors, so to speak. So these type of things have been going on, but it didn't. I just wanted to. That's what when I saw that, it made me think of these things. You know what I'm saying? It don't surprise me none, man. And also, I'm gonna end it with this, brothers. In the so-called black community, brothers, a lot of this stuff is going on. It's ground zero for dysfunction and things like that. All right. A lot of fetish, freaky stuff, or whatever you want to call it, freaky sex, is going on in the so-called black communities, man. It is rampant. And you ask me, well, how do you know? Well, I'm gonna give you my reasons. One, anytime you have chaos and confusion, what thrives, brothers? Think about it. Dysfunction, things that's not good, always thrive in chaos and confusion. And what community in America has the most chaos and confusion? So-called black community, brothers. So-called black community. You understand what I'm saying? I mean, you got guys having sex with women with mothers and daughters tag teaming them. All this type of stuff is going on, man, and it's been going on for many, many years. 50 Cent, and my boy was telling me about with 50 Cent in the Power Show. I was like, yeah, he sure did bang the mama. That type of stuff has been going on, man. That stuff has been going on. You understand what I'm saying? And you can look it up on the internet and look up cases of all type of sexual things and acts going on in the black community. People getting prosecuted for it, men and women. But anyway, that's neither here nor there, man. I just wanted to point that out, man. That stuff is running rampant in the so-called black community with ground zero. But I just wanted to point, that's like, it's nothing new on the sun, and I guess I would sum this up to the Black Man Fetish, I guess I would sum it up to. A lot of women have this type of fantasy. Matter of fact, brothers, the Navy men, anybody who ever been to the Navy or the military will let you know, in Australia, the women, in Australia, the black sailors, right? In the 80s and the 90s, if I'm not mistaken, the old timers, what they would do, they would throw their hats on the pier. And when they come out, whoever had they hat, they would sleep with those women. You understand what I'm saying? They would sleep with those women. Also, in the Navy, we're gonna use the Navy. You could go to the pier, as you brothers know. You can go to the pier, and they had like articles where the couples were pit. They're looking to see a black man in the military, man. And these guys would go. The husband would pick these guys up. They talking about in Australia, man. Pick them guys up. They would go hang out, eat, and have sex with these guys' wives. You see what I'm saying, brother? This stuff is not new, man. Stuff has been going on, man. It's been going on forever, man. This type of so-called black man fetish has been going on for a long time. So that's all, bro. I just wanted to point that out, man. You know, it's really nothing new under the sun. All right, brothers. I hope you brothers got some edifications out of that, man. I'm out. Peace.